We had an interesting afternoon here at Jammi with a bunch of really fine DJs, all lined up, and there was some dancing that was happening, and I'm feeling slightly groovy. Not too much, mind you, just... I wish I had one of those guys here with me now. Got to meet a few of the people who were doing the DJing, and I learned all kinds of things. It's the whole world opened up to me there. And one thing I'm impressed with is their names. They all have these like really great names that are kind of self-aggrandizing, but in a really kind of cute way. So I've decided I need one of those. So I've decided on Grandmaster Dirge. What do you think? And then I thought of another one, which for those of you who are into guitars, I play in this weird tuning called Dadgad, which is just the notes D-A-D, G-A-D. And I figured I could be Big Daddy Gad. No, that's not as good. Right. I just learned that that's not as good. All right, so that was a walking in Buenos Aires late at night kind of song. No, that's exactly what it is. It's not a kind of song, that's what it is. It's me walking in Buenos Aires late at night. Here's another Buenos Aires street song, same neighborhood. Standing outside on the balcony, the man is passing below, making his way to the park by the church. He goes where the little ones go. The moonlight's a little bit ragged, his glasses are slightly askew. One lens is cracked and his shoes never match, and he might have a school loose or two. And you're so far away on the other side of the world. Thought you might like to know that Blue Man lives in it too. His rig is a marvel of equipoise Leonardo might have designed. Bamboo for the wide horizontal, pine for the vertical rise. He's wearing flag bearer's harness. He's holding the whole thing aloft. Balloons on the rave. He's a one-man parade. If he ran, he'd surely take off. And you're so far away on the other side of the world. I just thought you should know that Balloon Man lives in it too. But it's cold up here on the balcony, and it's time that I went back inside. Balloon Man waits for the light at the corner. I'll watch till it goes out of sight. There's a wind that whips around that corner, and he's having a hell of a time. He staggers, and it looks like he might just go over. But Balloon Man, he puts up a fight. The balloons are pulling him backward. If he cut them all, he'd be free. But he doesn't, he can't, he never will. Without them, one man would he be. And you're so far away on the other confess that I may have romanticized our balloon man. I have, in that song, painted a certain picture of him, which corresponds to the image that I had of him. That, well, I may have drawn some conclusions that were not justified. After the pandemic, I didn't see Blue Man for a while, and I started to get worried. So I went up and down in our street between the two parks where he had been selling his balloons. And I asked the shopkeepers along the way, have you seen, I've seen Balloon Man. I mean, he was, impossible to miss. He was walking around with this huge thing with balloons everywhere, and none of them had seen him. And so I got more worried. And I finally ended up at the Catholic Church where he there was a park outside of the church, and he would work there. And there was this guy standing there. He looked kind of official. And I said to him, "Has visto el Señor de los Globos? Have you seen Balloon Man?" And he said, "No, but he's okay." I said, "Really? You know this?" It's like, "Oh yeah. He's tending to his real estate investments." What? And apparently he drives an Audi. So, you never know, but I'm just going to stick with the Balloon Man. I've painted a picture up there. And when I say I mean I, Grandmaster Dirge. Because he always worked on the weekends, and now I understand. It was just like he would just go out on the weekends. Apparently his wife would kick him out of the house, and this is what he did. I don't know what to say about it. I'm still shocked. And he really, he did, and I'm not kidding about the glasses and the shoes. He really worked on his act. Turnpike was murder, but it's never a cinch. It was Friday at 5, and no one was giving an inch. They squeezed and they edged and they glared, half of them clearly impaired by rage or exhaustion. The rest were just touchy as hell. Somewhere near Patterson, everything slowed to a crawl. The all-news station was thanking someone for the call. St. Agnes's choir. There's a nun out there changing a tire. By the time they got by her, tempers were out of control. So they all hit the gas in a dash for position, bobbing and weaving once. How had it happened? Was it some kind of vortex? And in they all went, bumper to bumper, faster and faster, no sign of a trooper. And in they all went, like sheep to the slaughter, bankers and carpenters, doctors and lawyers. And in they all went, families in minivans, Democrats, Republicans. But most of the Republicans, they followed the clear, rounded the bend between Quincy and Tammany, and into their destiny, lying in ambush, right there before them, the angry old sun, right on the horizon. Sister Maria tightened the bolts of despair. She said a quick prayer and put the old van into gear. Thank God the traffic was late. If she hurried, she might not be late for that evening's performance at the state penitentiary. She entered the common room. There was her choir, altos and baritones, basses and tenors, car thieves and crack dealers, mobsters, murderers, husbands and sons, fathers and brothers. So it began in glorious harmony, softly and tenderly, calling for you and me. The interstate crying way off in the distance, and the sun going down through the bars of the prison. They poured out their souls, they poured out their memories, they poured out their hopes. What's left of eternity? To Sister Maria, her soul like a prism for the light of forgiveness on all of their faces. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't do any research for that song back in the day when I wrote it. I wrote it at the last minute the end of it in the studio, as a matter of fact. And Sister Maria came to rescue the song. She was a minor character to begin with. She was just someone alongside the road, changing a tire, kind of explanation for why there was a traffic jam, as if we need one over there. And then I couldn't figure out how to finish the song, and Sister Maria kind of swooped in and saved the whole end of the song. That's pretty great. And but I didn't do any research. I didn't check to see whether or not there was a St. Agnes's in Paterson, New Jersey. I didn't feel the need. I can just say whatever I want, you know, just telling a story here. And later, well, there used to be this thing that would happen at radio stations where back in the day, before the internet, before people could just send emails and things like that, or whatever it is they do these days. You'd go to a radio station to do an interview or something, and there would be mail for you. People who heard a song on the radio might have sent some sort of communication, letters, chocolate chip cookies, I don't know, whatever, to the radio station, and they would hold on to it. It was like Amex in Paris over there. And so I was at the station one day, and there was a letter. They said, "Hi, Richard, welcome. Glad to see you. We have a letter for you." Great. And they handed it to me, and on the envelope was something that really got my interest. And it was from St. Agnes's Catholic Church, 861 Main Street, Paterson, New Jersey. So I opened it, and there was, there again on this lovely letterhead, and written in cursive, was a message from, a message to me. It said, "Dearest Richard, please drive carefully. Yours in faith, Sister Maria." At which point, I started thinking, is this like convert to Catholicism kind of thing? I mean, like, what do I do with this information? The other time I almost converted to Catholicism was when I was sitting next to a particularly charming Monsignor at a dinner in Buenos Aires. And I didn't speak a word of English, and he spoke everything. And we just had the most lovely time. And I just thought, he's so nice, I'm gonna convert to Christianity. Just cooler heads prevailed. Having a little trouble here adjusting to my new identity. I'm not sure what to do. Oh. See, this, I had this last night too. My credit card expired. This is just stupid. My credit card expired, and so I chopped it into 3 pieces because I'm paranoid about identity theft. And I dropped the first piece in a garbage can in Bakersfield, California. and then I kept the next 2 pieces. I dropped the second piece in somewhere in the Hudson Valley of New York. And this is the 3rd piece. And I could have left it in Lewis, Delaware last night, but I didn't. I didn't feel like it was far enough away from the other 2 yet. I think I'll hold on to it for a couple more days. Here's another newish one. hands, advancing to assess. The cats will sense them coming and offer no resistance. We are not afraid, the universe is ours. All our systems, floodlights on the yard. But this much must be tactical. This much must be tactical. This much must be tactical. They leave us messages all around our home. Such precision, language of their own. I'm out here every morning on my hands and knees. We are not afraid, the universe is ours. All our systems, floodlights on the yard. But this much must be tactical. 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 Thank you. Thank you. That song is I'm always of two minds when I sing this song in front of an audience, because if I just leave it like you just heard it, it leaves a certain kind of atmosphere. But if I tell you the truth, the material truth behind that song, it just completely erases all of that atmosphere. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's just this is an interesting thing. I don't think about this somewhere. The material truth is that during the pandemic, my wife and I were out in a house on the Pampa in Argentina, which is mostly grassland, like thousands of miles away. And we have this one little piece of land which is grass, but next to us are some woods, and there are creatures that live in the woods. There are nutria, and there are all kinds of birds, and there are owls, and there are foxes, or to be more precise, there are false foxes. Do you know about false foxes? This is the greatest thing ever. I have discovered that there is a real thing called a false fox, and apparently it's an example of evolutionary convergence, where two species basically, because of selection, end up looking exactly alike and acting alike, and they get called the same thing, except in this case these are not foxes at all. They're jackals, but they look like, they're not really jackals, they're from the jackal family, but they look like foxes. Anyway, so these false foxes, which should be the name of the band, of a band, or I could be Grandmaster False Fox. These false foxes decided that they were not happy with our presence in their territory over such a long stretch of time. So they mounted a campaign against us. which was very persistent and very precise and disgusting. And it fell to me to clean up every morning well, you know. And one morning I was out there cleaning up, and I had a brush and a hose, and my wife comes out, and she's in her bathrobe, and she's got a coffee mug, and she looks at me and she goes, "Sweetie, I'm beginning to think this much scat has to be tactical." So I handed her the hose and the brush, and I took the coffee and I went and I wrote the song. Another new-ish one. We finally found a cool patch of sand. We finally found a cool patch of sand. Summer moved, we moved too. We didn't want to go, didn't want to leave our home. We didn't want to go, didn't want to leave our home. Talk to me of choices, only did what I had to do. I heard that's mercy over there, mercy over there. What did I hear wrong? What's that shine there by the pinyon tree? What's that shine there by the pinyon tree? Both of us run, both of us fall on our knees. I heard that's mercy over there, mercy over there. What did I hear wrong? 6 empty trucks. See there, that's where the water ran. 6 empty jobs. See there, that's where the water ran. Hatred poured them out again. I heard that's mercy over there, mercy over there. But did I hear wrong? I heard that's freedom over there, freedom over there. What did I hear wrong? I heard that's justice over there. What did I hear wrong? Okay, now this next one I have to do twice. I have to perform it twice. Once as a, I guess, a poem, and once as a song with the same lyrics. And the reason is that I really like the words, and they go by a little quickly in the song, and I think they deserve to be to be said rather than sung. And the words, all of the words in this song, are the names of apples. There's nothing in this song which is not the name of an apple, except for one definite article. I had to put it there. It needed that definite. But everything else is the name of an apple. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the names of apples are completely insane. Now I'm thinking like some kind of grandmaster. Hold on, grandmaster willow twig. No, it doesn't. No. All right. Anyway, different joke. This one. So this is a song that I spent a lot of time on. I spent a lot of time first. Before, when I began, it wasn't a song. What it was a project, and the project was to just wallow in and collect as many interesting apple names as I possibly could. And because I had discovered that there are thousands of them, and some of them are, kind of, the usual, and some of them are scientific, genetic mutations and things, and usually from Minnesota, and others are just like mind-blowing, but many of them are just beautiful. They're just beautiful. And I just found myself in the fall of last year wanting to just sort of inhabit the beauty of apple names, just beautiful apple names. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to say anything about apples. I didn't want to. There was no particular goal or end in sight to this, and there were thousands of them. So what am I going to do? But what happened was that the more time I spent with the database that I made, I went way in. It was color-coded. It was divided. I had columns for the number of syllables. I've still got it. I chose lots of words, lots of apple names. I chose about 1,000 from the 8,000 or 9,000 that I found, and then I winnowed it down to about to precisely 463, which went up yesterday or the other day because I found another one which I like, Devil's Russet. So it's now 464. And then it kind of started. I started thinking I could just make a song which is just apple names. I'm like, who can stop me? Nobody. So I'll just. So I did, and now I'm going to read it to you. And I tried to find, beautiful names with the right, or interesting names, or names that suggest something, or names that juxtapose with each other, might mean something, but not quite sure what. And of course, there's the question of syllables and meter and all that. So here it is. It's called Appletown Wonder. And by the way, Appletown Wonder is the name of an apple from Appletown, Ireland. Appletown Wonder. Barred apple, sunrise. Green, seek no further. Touches of Oldenburg. Belle de Beauvoir. Iowa beauty. Best ever. State fair. Queen of the Pippins. Queen of the Pippins. Fair maid of Devon. Fairy Queen, Prairie Fire, Aunt Cora's Field, Gloria Mundi, Adore, Alexandra, Deep Eye, Evangeline, Deep Eye, the Loop Red Spy, King Cole, Calypso, Magdalene, Yoko, Pink Lady, Red Fameuse, Red River, Red Vein, Rouge Étoilé, Willow Twig, Pixie, Salome, Cat's Head, Raven's Egg, Old Fred, Deacon Jones, Maggie Grieve, Blood of the Boyne, Joy Bells, Melrose, Summer Red, Sweet Bough, Deep Eye, Evangeline, Deep Eye, The Loop Red Spy, Appletown Wonder, Serenade, First and Last, Kitchen Door, Sunset, Rosemary Russet, Honey Gold, Blue Pearmain, Sugar Bee, Jester, Fail Me Never, Silver Moon, High View, Deep Eye, Evangeline, Deep Eye, The Loop Red Spy, Appletown Wonder, Serenade, First and Last. Hey, bartender, could I get a little bit of, could I just get a pint glass of just regular tap water, please? Thank you. Deacon Jones? And Kitchen Door? I love Kitchen Door, actually. Turning this down a bit. Duchess of Oldenburg, Belle de Beauvoir, Iowa beauty, best at her state fair, Queen of the Pippins, fair maid of Devon, Prairie Cream, Prairie Fire, and Chorus Field, Gloria Mundi, best adore Alexandra, Deep Eye, Evangeline, Deep Eye, the Loop Red Spy, King Cole, Calypso, Magdalene, Yoko, Pink Lady, Red Fameuse, Red River, Red Vein, Rouge Étoilé, Door, Willow Twig, Pixie, Salome, Cat's Head, Raven's Egg, Old Fred, Deacon Jones, sit on the gold blue pyramid, sugar beet jester, family never, silver moon high view, silver moon high view, deep by land July, deep by Bucharest spine, Apple Town, wonder, Saturday, first and last, Apple Town, wonder, Saturday, first and last. Apple Town wonder. Thank you. Thank you. This one also takes place at that house I mentioned earlier. It's not foxes in this case; it's a cow, and there's a dairy farm next to our place, and the cows wander near where we are. They don't cross the perimeter, but they get pretty close, and most of them are nice. Some of them are just, I don't know if they're adolescent cows or just uncooperative. And frequently one will stay out in the field or be banished into the field, and we will have to suffer listening through the night, listening to this cow complain. And this is about one such night, and I woke up, I couldn't go back to sleep, but I wrote this song very quickly, from the point of view of the cow, as is my tendency to write persona songs. This one is, my persona is a cow. It's a first cow narrative. Sun still out away. Moon gone down, sun still out away. I'm out here waiting for the light of day. I follow the crowd. Shadow creeping, there's a who down in the tree. shadows away from me, and moon gone down, sun still hours away. 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 Thank you. I played the other night in an Anglo-Catholic church in Manhattan off of Times Square, St. Mary's. It was really special to sing in that place. I don't think it's technically considered a cathedral, but it sure does feel like one. And I had a sound system, but no sound system was really needed. And I ended up doing some things I don't usually do, including this one here, which is the first song I ever wrote. When the sexton to St. James's Chapel, St. James Chapel at Union Seminary, we became buddies, and he gave me the keys to the chapel and let me go in there at night and play, because I loved the acoustics. And so I would go in there with just hang out into the wee hours in St. James's Chapel, where I wrote this. I adore thee, Mother Mary. Would you change me back to rich? Let me live in the arms of a sorry old elm. Give the gypsy moths a realm of their own. For the postman's fee would I work for thee? From that tree would I swoop down and leave 8 billion blue waves of eternity, and in no time you'd have your own sea. But don't just stare, I mean it really. Hear my prayer, I give it freely. Are you there for me? And I adore thee, Mother Mary. Would you change me back to a rich? Let me live in the arms of a willow, fly around not wearing a stitch. For so long as this room been so hollow, we wait at the gate for an echo in the flesh of your newly cleaned frescoes, where Jesus holds John to his breast. Rise
If you like fishing?
Yeah, I could do that. Let's do this. Wrist. No, wait. Section back here. This is called Satellites. Fire on the thoroughfare. No one's going anywhere. They say these are but the vestiges. Their banners look like bandages. Martyrs fake's an acronym. Beat the drum and sing the hymn. Struggle red, Bible black. The riot squad is holding back. Lost in industry. Someone closed the factory. The decision unilateral. The damage done collateral. The president was in a pinch. His budget cuts are start to print. Basis points gone through the roof. Now what's a head of state to do? Satellites keep going round. An astronaut, a cameraman, is drifting out in no man's land. He's tethered to the studio. Atlanta, we are good to go. The hungry eye's got the feed. Producer's getting what he needs. And the anchor asks, will government cave into local discontent? Satellites keep going round. LCDs on trading floors, in living rooms, appliance stores. LCDs at S&P, Moody's, and Fidelity. Somewhere there's an average Joe, opening and on. Somewhere a retiree is staring at a balance sheet. Satellites keep going round. Any other requests?
Missouri water.
There goes Mavis.
Sandy. Cold Missouri water.
We already have it.
From Earth, she drifted off into the stillness. 11 years later, good old young Brenner found himself there in the ether beside her. Dead-eyed and ran, took Yule by the hand, said, how does it feel to be free? Meanwhile on the planet, the devil's still at it, making a killing, churning out addicts, everybody everywhere, sucking in iron's air. Big tobacco sent flowers around with a note and a basket of options. If you know what's good for you, hold on to these. Everything's gonna go up, up, up. Greenspan and Stockman leading the horsemen. The party was just getting started. The Marlboro man rode into Japan and looked over the water to China. All over the planet, the devil's still at it, making a killing, churning out addicts. Everybody everywhere, sucking in lion's air. Atlas junkie, rational greed, the national creed will keep things smoking along. I couldn't figure out how to sing this song when I recorded it, and then I got pneumonia. And that's how I sang it. The version on the record is me with pneumonia. What you just heard there was me just coughing. I don't have pneumonia. So keep watching those shares, but don't you dare share the poorer that way for a good reason. Everyone hush, utopia's flush, beckoning off in the long run. Meanwhile on the planet, the devil's still at it, making a killing, churning out addicts. Everybody everywhere, sucking in iron's air. Atlas junkie. Atlas junkie. Thank you. I've done that one in a long time.
Last bear of the day.
Okay. No consensus? Not that this is a democracy. question is the George Washington Bridge. The song takes place about a week after 9/11, and it takes place in Manhattan, although it does cross the bridge into Jersey. And it's from the point of view of a New York City cabbie, and he's taking people where they need to go, picking them up and taking them home. I saw them standing in the rain out on 7th Avenue. He held her close, like she might fall if he let go. He helped her in, he shut the door, and our eyes met in the mirror. Twinkle, just take it slow, is all he said. Into the stream we pulled away. I know it well, this old ballet, finding the flow, minding the sway, catching green lights all the way. Up Amsterdam, meter dark. I turned off the radio. She whispered thanks. I could not bear another word. Down on the bridge, the traffic slowed. The brake lights in the wash of all those truckers heading south on 95. Across the span, we pulled away. I know it well, this old ballet, finding the flow, minding the sway, catching green lights all the way. And I brought them home. I brought them home. I brought them home. In that cruel, cruel rain. And now it's spring, and where's the rain? All the wells are running dry, and the reservoirs have reached an all-time low. And if this red light ever turns, if I can make it through the park, I'll head uptown for the last fare of the day. And turn it does, I pull away. I know it well, this old ballet, finding the flow, minding the sway, catching green lights all the way. And there they are, outside St. Luke's, their flowers and balloons, all amazement, and the baby in her arms. And as Amsterdam makes us a place, I ask about her name, and we all laugh when he says hope and she says grace. And then it starts, the heavens give. I know it well, this old ballet, finding the flow, minding the sway, catching green lights all the way. And I brought them home, brought them home. I brought them home in Thank you. Well, I'm gonna do one more here, and it's a Sunday night, and I see the checks getting passed out. And
Wisteria.
you got one. Master Dirge. I really admire it. I mean, one guy had a license plate that was just like MX Genius or something. I don't know. It was, I'm just making that up. It didn't say that at all, but I don't want to give it away. I know what it was, but I'm not going to tell you what it was. And I think we need to a little more of that in the folk world. We need more badassery in the folk world. We remember their names, you know. Last days of August, the other side of low tide, the sun is high, the sun is high. We're kneeling in the wet sand, propping up a wall breach, quick before the next wave rushes in, rushes in. Filling up with water, but hope springs eternal. All hands ready, here it comes. Behind us in the crowd, some kind of commotion. Shouting, fly away, fly away. But we pay no attention. The castle is in danger. The ramparts are sinking. We dig on, we dig on. Flagpole, shovels done, boys, step away. The little girl comes running, she can't be more than 7. Her mother is behind her with a cage. With a cage. And her mother is explaining, baby, it's just too far, and she'll never survive here on her own, on her own. But the little girl's not listening. She's talking to the bird. Mavis, you can trust me. Now's your big chance. Fly away. swamping the castle, but no one is watching when it falls, when it falls. We're following the progress of a little bolt of orange on the long horizon. There goes everyone. Thanks to Kat on the sound. Nice job. Thanks, everybody. Sorry, Kat, I know that's not what we had planned, but I thought that your phrase, adult peekaboo, was just so hilarious. I had to try it. I heard somebody shout this one out earlier. The middle of the night, near the Indiana line, I'm pulling in a Christian station. The signal is crystal clear, but I cannot really hear what he says about the revelation. I am wretched, I'm tired, but the preacher is on fire, and I wish I could believe. Whoever watches over all these truckers, show them a little mercy for a weary sinner, and deliver me. Lord, deliver me, deliver me to the next best Western. take my quarter. I look him in the eye, but there isn't any time. Just time enough to pass the tender. The highway takes its toll. The green light flashes gold. It's welcome to Ohio. Whoever watches over all these truckers, show a little mercy for the weary sinner and deliver me. Lord, deliver me. Deliver me to the next best Western. But it takes 9 years of nothing to let these stars shine through. It's an empty road that finds its way back home to you. At 4 a.m. on 80 East, it's in the nature of the beast to wonder if there's something missing. I'm wretched, I'm tired, but the preacher's on fire, and I wish I could believe. Whoever watches over all these truckers, show a little mercy for a weary sinner and deliver me. Lord, deliver me. Deliver me to the next best Western. To the next best Western. To the next best Western. Thanks everyone. Thank you for coming. Love this place.